This is my recap and reaction to the last episode of Sister Wives Season 18, Christine and David's Wedding Special Part 2. And did I mention that there's a lot of kissing and making out in this episode? 2 lap dances, it's a little cringe, but they're happy, and here we go. And it's the wedding day. We've all been waiting for this moment, and this just happened in October, so fairly recently for a change, and that's nice. And Christine is waiting to put on her dress. Mykelti is like, how many people are going to see you naked? And all the girls are buttoning up the dress. Gwendolyn is still MIA, and it's time to walk down the aisle. And they get to it pretty quickly. David gets walked down by his daughters. Isabel is wrangling so many kids down the aisle like a boss. And here comes Christine, finally able to walk down the aisle and not have a hush-hush polygamy wedding. She's in a beautiful dress with her only son, Peyton. David calls Christine his unicorn again, and they go on about their connection and how intense it is. Let's talk about how Christine looks at David even during the confessionals, almost like he's a god. You can just feel the love. Christine's dad walks her down the aisle only for a little bit because he's very sick. It's still very sweet. And Janelle says he's always been an advocate for polygamy. Is Rex Allred connected to the Allred family? And this is why Cody called Christine polygamy royalty right here, because a lot of her family were leaders in that religion. So given that, Rex being there after Christine's divorce in a polygamous marriage and now going into monogamous marriage is crazy. And maybe mildly awkward because Christine's mom left him and did not have a great time in the marriage, and she's there too. So there's also that dynamic. And the officiant, David's son-in-law, did the best job ever. He did a great job. He described David as someone who, despite losing his wife and raising 8 kids, would help build a wheelchair ramp for his neighbor when they became paralyzed. I mean, that's a good story. And he shared a story from Isabel about how when she was having trouble with kids from school, she would tell her, maybe they have something going on in their lives, so to be kind. It was so sweet, and I was actually crying on my couch. They exchange rings and kiss rather passionately. I noticed it was mildly too passionate for me, or just came as a shock maybe, because, she's never really kissed anyone on the show. I don't know. I'm just not used to seeing this at all. Obviously, the wives had a strict no PDA rule. She takes a picture with Maddie's family, and then she calls for people who came out of her womb and their husbands, which I thought was funny. Aspen says that she doesn't think polygamy is good for everyone, especially now. Isabel says that she wouldn't want to live polygamy, but she loves having all the moms and siblings. Gabe says it's a beautiful lifestyle for those who believe in it. And Savannah says there's no way for her. She just couldn't make it work. They're kind of being vague about it. They don't want to... I think they're more negative towards polygamy than they're letting on. But Mykelti is the most straightforward. She says that it was in Vegas where she changed her mind about polygamy. And so... she sees that it's perfect with her mom and David. She doesn't think polygamy is fair for her parents, and she doesn't think it's fair for anyone in polygamy, basically. Janelle and Christine hug in a cute moment, and even the photographer is crying. Mary pops in because they just have to fit her in somehow, and she just keeps saying she's in a good place in her life. She's happy for Christine and David. She anticipates that she'll also find someone that really loves her too. So that's her goal. Unlike Janelle, who's a little bit like, I don't care. They just need to give Mary a scene here. And she just keeps saying the same thing. So here we go. And there's just so much more kissing in the last part of the episode. And I don't particularly love it. It's kind of cringy. So now it's the reception. People are getting loose or something. Christine takes off her shoes immediately. She is done with those. I totally get that. Mykelti and Christine share a special hug, shoeless, and it's just so clear that Christine just loves Mykelti so much. I think they're the most alike if you compare Christine to any of her kids. They have very similar personalities. Hunter randomly comes to the head table where Christine and David are sitting, and he says, "David, I'm not calling you dad. I'm not calling you dad." Even David's like, "Okay, awkward." It was funny, but he meant that. He just went over there and let it out. I don't know if any one of them will actually call him dad or stepdad. I mean, maybe Truly, maybe Mykelti. Aspen makes a speech and makes a joke about how Christine gets younger with age, but acts like a child with David. That was her big joke. And like a little shot at Mykelti, but I mean, she tried. And there's more kissing, making out. Mary says Christine deserves love after everything Cody has said recently about her not being attractive or whatever. Yeah, that was pretty bad. And Janelle agrees. That was really bad. Why did he do? Anyways, Cody says that Christine put a lot of energy in having a soulmate, and she did something magical, and that he hopes they have a magical day. So many weird nuances, but I can read right through it. I mean, do I think that Cody thinks David and Christine are the real deal? Absolutely not. I do not think he does. I think he goes home to Robin and talks you-know-what about them the whole night or something. I don't know. That's my opinion. David has this cute moment with his mom, and Christine then has a dance with her daughters and all the women in her life. As anticipated, lots of dancing. This is a brown wedding. And Gabriel says that he's never seen Christine this happy, but it's also not a slight at his dad. Cody is sad to miss the Brown family mosh pit. He says, "It's so much fun." So Cody's having some FOMO. Robin says that when they go dancing, she's like the pole and then he dances around her. So she doesn't really enjoy that experience. And the guests do a flash mob with some kind of a lot of arm movements. I don't know how they learned it or what. They also have glow sticks. It's a happy occasion and all around just good vibe. Everyone's together. And now it's the end of the night. Things get kind of messy. They're cutting the cake. Christine and David are making out at this point. Mykelti says, "Save some for tonight." And yeah, David's sister catches the bouquet, and then randomly, we're almost at the end of the episode. This is within the last 10 minutes. David's friend, Jared, gives him a lap dance. Someone places a chair down and he just straddles him. What? David explains that this is Jared, who grew up in the same neighborhood as his kids or whatever, and he just likes to live life. And I think to make it all stop, Christine moves in and gets on top of David and gyrates in front of her mom and Janelle. Janelle says, "Okay, this is weird to me, but it's your wedding." She's acting like this is really weird. So, this is the version of Christine that makes out and gives lap dances on national television, but overall happy and good vibe episode to finish the season with. And Cody and Robin, of course, I saw a lot of tweets, they hated that Cody and Robin were even in this episode. Of course, they have to chime in, though. I mean, they need to get that check. Robin just blocks Cody from saying anything else about Christine by kissing him and trying to make the film crew go away, shooing them. It's just a bit weird. It comes off weird. Fans thought that Robin was maybe trying to upstage Christine's kiss, but it just adds another kiss to the million kisses in this episode. But here we are, the end of season 18. What did you guys think? And I'm kind of curious about season 19 now, because now they've aired something that happened in October. How are we supposed to go back to pre-David, right? We're going to go back in time now? That's just weird to me, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching my recaps. If you're still here, you're amazing, and I hope you have a great week and that you're having a good winter so far. Bye, guys.